Hey Misfits, it's Elise. Welcome back to our channel. This week, I don't know if you saw Derek's video, it's what blank people say. So I'm doing what retail customers say, because that's pretty much all my job experience is retail, except for like a couple random teaching jobs or internships. I had one work-study job as a secretary for 2 years. So, retail is my life. I've worked at Spirit Halloween, then I worked at Target, I worked at Whole Foods, and now I work for Walmart, trying to get out of there. So, I came up with like 12 questions. I think I have 12. Yeah, 12 questions regarding like the most common things people say to a retail worker that I've encountered. So this is like from my brain. There is an article that I did read, and it's by the Odyssey Online. There we go. So if you want questions, go to the Odyssey Online, because I've encountered all these. So anyway, the first one, oh my god, the customer's always right. Now, to a certain extent, of course, but there's a difference between, the customer not reading the price correctly on the shelf or misinterpreting a sign, or, it's like a shitty thing, like there's a recall item, right? Or, yeah, say it's a recall, but they wait too long to return it, and then it's past the return date, and then there's like, what do we do at this point? Like, that's like, okay, we might need to take a loss for that because we sold it to them. The other one, like, a lot of people return stuff without receipts at Walmart, same for Target. And, it'll ask for your license, and if you do it too many times in 1 year, I think if you do it like twice, then they block your license, and then you gotta wait till the next fiscal year, which I think is February. So then they start yelling at me that they're right, and they should be able to return this merchandise. And they're not, because it literally, the first time they do it, they get an explanation saying that you can only do this like twice, and then it's going to block your ID for a year, and you'd have to go through like corporate headquarters to get that lifted. So, because we have this for like, little, $7.99 things. Like there's a limit of like $25 or $50. I think it's up to $50 at my store, but $25 is like when we start questioning you about a receipt. And it's just a whole thing, right? And I'm always right. I always return stuff here. It's like, yeah, with the receipt. So, to an extent, yes, definitely, because especially if it's old signage, like say it says the Campbell's is 79 cents and then it rings up 99 cents and the sign still says it, we'll honor the price. It's just we got to take it down afterward. But they're not always right, okay? Let's just put that out there. I hate that one. Like, and I'm a customer service person, and it's not like I don't want to help you, it's just sometimes people are stupid. Next question, or thing they always say, it didn't scan, it must be free. Ugh. If you say this to a cashier, this is the equivalent of making dad jokes, and they're not even funny dad jokes. Like, there's many reasons why something doesn't scan. It could be the barcode is fucked up, or like, there's like markings on it, so it's interfering with the scanner. The scanner could be messing up. We could easily go through that issue by punching in the UPC. It's a not on file item, which means it's not even supposed to be on the floor in our store, because sometimes that happens with returns, and then people who work in the front may not know if we sell this, so then they just throw it in the bins, and then we put it out, and then they buy it, and then it's like, why can't I buy it? And we could probably put a price in, but it's gonna go as like not labeled inventory, so it's either not on file, the barcode's messed up, or the scanner's messed up, because that's usually what 3 things it is. Like, there is something called commodity in the state of Connecticut, where if it scans wrong, but this only applies to food at Walmart, like snacks and stuff, they get it for free. But not like, an iPod, a laptop, what else? Like a toy, like anything like that, no. Like, there was a guy at Target who wanted to get an iPod Shuffle or something, or no, iPod Nano, like the newer one, though. Because this was like a year ago, I think around Christmas time. And he demanded it was free because it was in the wrong spot and it rang up wrong. Which, if it's in another spot and it's like the numbers don't match up, it's just in the wrong place, that does not mean it didn't scan correctly or didn't scan, so yeah. So I hate that. Please don't say that. If you see me working and I'm a cashier for you, please don't fucking say this shit. Because 9 times out of 10, if it's like a t-shirt, there's another barcode underneath it somewhere else, so we can figure it out. We're not stupid, okay? Okay, so this one pisses me off. Blank has it cheaper, and like Target used to do price matching. They had a they still do. What am I saying? They have a price matching tool that's on the device, and like you scan the item or you punch it in, and it has to come up with, within the first 3 results of like Amazon. And then Target.com we always did, as long as it's not like clearance or anything like that, because that has to do with taxes. And they price match to other stores, but it has to be certain ones that are in the database. So if you want to price match to like some mom and pop hardware shop and it's not in the database, we can't do it. So don't ask. If it's not on the approved list of price matches, can't do it. Walmart only does Walmart.com. And then they always say, oh, well, you guys used to do it. And I'm like, keyword used to. it's no longer a thing, so stop asking. I might add another one. That's a good one. Which brings me on to the next one. You used to do it, or someone's done it for me before. I hate that one, especially because Walmart, I was management for a while, and like, certain people will do certain favors for certain customers. Sometimes they're related to them. Sometimes it's just somebody that's their regular, and it's like, I'm following the policy, and I get yelled at for helping somebody and being kind of too nice, and then someone else does it, and then I get their ridiculous customer in my line demanding something. Oh, CSM blah 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 always does this for me. What's a good example? I can't think of any. Dear Lord. Oh, so say someone wanted to return something but they don't have ID. That's a good example, because this happens at Walmart all the time. A lot of people don't come in with ID. Don't know why. And then they're like, oh, but I don't have a license, or I don't have a valid ID, like mine's expired, and like blah 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 always lets me do this. Or like same thing for money services. It has to be valid. I once took an expired ID because I felt bad, because the guy said it was for his mom, like in Puerto Rico. They didn't have power, she needed money, blah blah blah. But apparently they do this like once a month, and I didn't fucking know. I was new. So I got coached for that shit, and like I almost got fired. So just because someone's done it for you before doesn't mean they're going to do it again. Like, let's just put that out there. It's not like something that's just for you, or is always going to be just for you. It's just like, it's something nice. Like if you want to buy a bike outside that's a little rusted, I'll give you 10% off. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give you 10% off every bike you ever buy from Walmart. Like, let's just put that out there. So this turned into 13 because I just thought of that one. Next one. Your signs are not very clear. Oh my god. I worked for Walmart, and when I used to be a teacher, like during the day, and I work at night. And I'm like, I work with inner city middle schoolers that never learned how to read properly, and like this is why they're struggling. And it's clear you didn't have this kind of, education when you were a kid. Because like if a sign says 2 for $4, or what's it gonna do? Say it's buy one get one with a coupon or anything, and it says buy one get one Maybelline or whatever, but it says excludes travel size. If you bring me the travel size and I scan it, it's not gonna work. So like, if it says excludes travel size, and I know people laugh because like, at least that's dumb. People fucking do it. People think it. It's so annoying. Like, people hand me coupons in the aisle and ask me what item it is. And I'm like, well, did you read the coupon, or did you read the sign? Because, like, we'll have clearance all the time. And it'll say, like, blank or blank. Like, we have an end cap that says clearance or discontinued. So then someone will pick up an item that's discontinued and there's no clearance sticker on it. And they're like, oh, why is this here? This isn't clearance. I'm like, it says clearance or discontinued items. Because discontinued items have a discount, and then they're left at that price until we sell all the stock. Because we're not getting another contract, right? Oh, well, that's not clear. Read the sign. It says clearance and or discontinued items. And plus, most stores put discontinued items as clearance. Like, if you've never worked retail and that's weird to you, it's a thing, okay? Like, because it doesn't have a home location. It's a whole thing. So, read the damn sign and understand the damn sign. If you got to read it a couple times, you'll get the sign. Like, don't just be like, oh, 2 for $4. And then you just buy like 20 Maybelline mascaras, and then you buy like 10 of them are, or whatever, say you buy 20 more that are travel, it's going to charge them for travel size because you can't read. People need to just learn how to read. Read a damn book. Alright, what's the next one? Oh, can you check in the back? Like, I didn't mind this at Target because the device, we'd scan it and it would say if it's in the back or not. And 9 times out of 10, customers were like, oh, okay, what other store has it? And they'd leave. 1 time out of 10, they're like, can you look anyway? And I would hate that because I just told you there's nothing back there. And like, unless there's a suspicious or a reason I have suspicion that it might be back there, like maybe because it's sitting on a pallet and they didn't put it in yet, back room kind of messed up, or there's a lot of shit just in carts and it hasn't been like checked in yet, and I saw it, like, yeah, I'll check for you. But if I tell you it's not back there, it's not fucking back there. And it's worse at Walmart because our back stock, which is what we call top stock, it's out on the floor. It's just 1 shelf higher because the only stuff we have in the back that's binned is like certain items. Like certain electronics are back there. They have a room, like same for photo, but like, what's a good example? Nah, because cosmetics has bins, but some stuff, it'll literally say nothing. There will be no location in the back because there's nothing in the back. It's all on the floor. And then I tell them that and they don't believe me, so then I have to go check the back and it's like, ugh. I just thought of another one. Hold on. Alright, so this turned into 14. I'm going to do another take. Alright, next one is, can I speak to the manager? I freaking hate this question because at Target, when I was basically a head cashier at GSA, we're technically the manager. We're the manager that's not paid like a manager, right? So they'd always want to talk to my boss for me telling them the same exact thing that they're going to tell them. 9 times out of 10, if I called like my sales ETL and it was some guy like trying to return a TV without a receipt and he bought cash and he didn't remember when he bought it, like that's a red flag there. But, you know, says the exact same thing. They take them seriously, but like you gotta belittle me or tell me I don't know what I'm talking about or I've done, right? And it's like, dude, what part of no do you not understand? Like, people have rules. And then it happened at Walmart because I'm a supervisor. It's happened in both ways. Like, I've come up to that, like, the service desk and like my little they're above a cashier. They're like a service desk associate, so they make like $1.50 more. You know, they'll be like, no, what part of no do you not understand? So then they call me up there, I tell them no, and then the customer's like, oh, okay, this sucks, have a nice day, and they leave. But then I get the ones that are like, no, I want to speak to your boss. You know, like, I'm not a boss. Like, I get I look 12, but come on. Like, I'm not good at being, like, mean and scary and angry. Like, it's not my vibe. So then I call my salary manager, and it's, like, 2 big dudes that always used to help me out. And then they're like, yes. Like, they come in all big and scary looking. They say it once, and then they're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll leave now. Like, what? What part of no do you not understand? People are going to tell you no. It's a fact of life, okay? It's a fact of life. Ugh. Now, the next one I vaguely discussed, but... Oh, wait, I did this one. Perfect. Okay. Next one. Oh, God, this would happen a lot. Ask for clarification on something they said, right? Say you didn't understand what they said because they were talking too fast, or maybe the verbiage was weird. And they're like, what didn't you understand? I'm like, well, first of all, you're talking mad quiet, you got a thick accent, or you're talking too fast. I might need to have you clarify, okay? I'm not stupid, because, like, I could be deaf in one ear for all you know, and then you're just being an asshole, but, you know, I hate that, because sometimes I just don't hear things correctly, and then I want to hear it again. Or sometimes it's like something that's against policy, so I want to make sure I heard what I said correctly so that I don't promise you something we're not supposed to deliver. Like, I'm not an idiot. I just can't fucking hear you sometimes. Or you talk weird, or like, if someone asks you to clarify something, don't belittle them. Like, I've had a job interview where someone did that. I asked her what the word meant, or like she used too many big words in one sentence. I'm like, wait, what? Can you say that differently? Like, and she made fun of me. Hate that shit. So don't fucking do that to people, because we're working with the public. We work with public relations, you know. We're trying to help you as best as we can that the policy will let us do, and if you're just being an asshole, I don't have to help you. I could just walk away from the register and go take a shit for 5 minutes. Like, ugh. I hate that. So this one, I had to make a sentence. So, say you ring someone out, it's $13.75 and they hand you a 20. You hit the register button for $20, it opens, and then they give you the change. Now that's not a hard example to do, but because that's only a 25-cent difference, but you get what I mean. Because if you have some weird amount, like say 13 cents at the end, and it's like, yeah, realistically you just give them another $1, but like in the moment you prepare yourself mentally to what you're supposed to count out for change, and then the drawer opens and then you're doing it, and then you hand someone a quarter. It's annoying, especially when it's the wrong change too. Like if it's not exact, like say it's the $13.75, right? If you hand me like a 50-cent coin, like yeah, that's $1.25 back, but like that's gonna mess me up. And like people just think that cashiers can't do math or we're stupid, so all we do is push buttons all day and scan things and put stuff in bags. No, we have to have our drawer not be short. We have to have everything precise, and you're fucking that up. Like I told my own father, I'm like, and why do you do this to cashiers? I'm a cashier. I fucking hate that shit. What? It's just math. I'm like, oh yeah, let me put you on a register for like an hour, and then I'll do it to you. You're gonna hate that shit, because then you have to adjust what the change is in your mind, and you gotta make sure you're not short. And like you're not gonna be short, but like, I don't know, it's just a passing thought. If you count it wrong, because someone gave you the change afterward, then your drawer is short. And then they're like, oh, cashiers can't do math. So if you, oh, I have the change, please just let me give you the fucking change. Because then you could just give me the other change and then I'll give you the $1. Like, I'd rather just give you the first set of change and then switch it and then I'll give you the $1. Like, so if you do this, please stop. Please stop. Y'all are giving me anxiety, and I'm not even a cashier anymore. Next. Oh, so then I get people in line, and they'll ask me about a particular sale that I have no idea. Like, is this 2 for $4? And it's like, bitch, I don't know until I scan it. Like, I don't know. Like, especially if someone's a cashier, they assume you know sales or that you know all the flyers. People who don't work on the floor generally don't know the sales. Unless you're doing signage or you work on the floor. And you're not going to know every damn sale in the entire store. Like, even if you're the store boss, you're not even going to remember half that shit. Like, let's be honest. Like, when I do cosmetics and someone's asking me if the Pine Sol is 2 for $5, I don't know, because that's not my department. Like, I could scan it and find out if I'm on the floor, but cashiers don't have the app at Walmart, like the MC40, so they don't even know. So it's like, why ask? Use your common sense. Like, if someone doesn't work in that department, chances are they have no idea what that stuff is going on over there. Like, unless they're someone who works in multiple departments, don't ask them. Stress. Alright, the next one. I just printed that. So people say this as a joke, and I don't think it's funny because fraudulent money is like a whole thing. Target didn't have a good way of doing it. We had these pens that sucked, and like 9 times out of 10 it didn't work, because you can get the imitation paper, but it'll still look wrong, and the pen will say it works. Whole Foods has a black light, so anything above $20 you put under the black light, and that was the easiest way to tell if it was fake. Walmart does not invest in black lights because that's how they keep costs down. So we have a device that's like a little square, and it'll spit it out. And if the light is red, it is probably counterfeit or damaged. So then you gotta figure that out. So when people say that as a joke, like, then by that definition, like, I have to check your money, and then they get mad. It's like, oh, I checked it, it was a joke. I'm like, well, then don't fucking talk like that. Like, it looked perfectly fine, but now you're making yourself look suspicious. Oh, I hate counterfeit money. Like, we're all broke. Just stop. Like, you know, no counterfeit money. So I don't even like those jokes, because I took a counterfeit $20 bill once. Like, I think I was at Target. Yeah, I was at Target, and I got coached for that shit. I'm like, now I know what it smells like, what it feels like, what the colors are, what it looks like under a black light. Like, believe me, I know now. I will never take a fake bill ever again, but, dude, don't make me paranoid. Oh, this one I hate the most. Sorry you have to work today. People say this on a holiday, and I can't stand when people say this shit. Because A, they don't mean it. And B, it's just like, dude, you're already emphasizing I have to work on a holiday when I don't have to work. like, if I had a different job. So, like, you're pissing me off by saying that. Like, please don't fucking say that. Even thank you for being open today is kind of like, because, like, I have 4th of July off this year, but I might go in just because, they fucked up my schedule. So I only have 4 days, so I'm probably going to just go in. But, sorry you have to work today. Like, Christmas Eve was mad busy at Walmart. Like, stupid busy. They had 2 trucks. Everything was crazy. This is when I was still in the front end. And there were so many CSMs on because it was Christmas Eve, so then, like, we'd all have to jump on for breaks because the lines were absolutely ridiculous, and that was what people would say the most. It's almost like they don't know what to say or they feel guilty shopping, but, like, then don't fucking shop. If you know that it's probably, like, gonna piss someone off, don't shop. For years, I've had to close Christmas Eve at Target, like, every year. And then Whole Foods, I didn't last long enough for that. But Walmart, we closed at 6. So I got to leave at 7. And that was a whole thing. So, where am I going with this? Yeah, so, like, that was the one thing. Because I remember I had to do people's breaks. And I was on, like, the smoke shop register. Oh, I'm sorry you have to work today. I'm like, well, you're obviously not sorry if you're here. And then, like, you know, they get mad. The customers don't know what to say after that. Because that's, like, my parents are like, oh, like, that sucks you're open. I'm like, dude, don't say those words, please. This pisses people off because we don't want to be here, but we're forced to be here as an attendance thing. Like, if you call out on a holiday at Walmart, it counts as 2 or 3 occurrences instead of 1. Like, if you have PTO and you use it, you're still going to get an occurrence on Christmas Eve. That's Thanksgiving, they don't care. So, none of us want to be here. You're making us be here by shopping here. So if you really were sorry for us, you would boycott shopping on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. Like, so don't lie to me. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Alright, next one. Why do you advertise items not in store? Oh my god. So we'll have a flyer, and this happened at Target, because we put the flyer up in the window. And say there's this one, like, pack and play that's $69.99, but we sold out of it. Customers expect us to take the whole damn flyer down, apparently. Instead of, like, you know, it's sold out, it's sold out. Like, it means we sell it here, it's just not in stock. Like, that's a common misconception people have. Oh, you don't have it. We don't have it because it's sold out. We can't take the flyer down because the item is still sellable. And they're like, well, that's false advertising. Like, I thought I'd get this thing. I'm like, do you think that freaking, like, Soft Lines or Baby is gonna take the flyer down as soon as something sells out? Like, if there's a sale on Pampers, and, like, say they ordered too many larges or whatever the hell it is, or, like, you know, whatever the sizes are. You think they're gonna take the flyer down for the entire Pampers because they're out of large? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And sometimes the flyer is, like, a global thing. Like, when I worked at Target, it would have to go through, like, corporate headquarters, and then they send us the flyers, because we would get them in the mail. So sometimes the thing would say, like, alcohol in it. Our Target was not licensed to sell alcohol. Like, in Connecticut, they don't. I don't know if they're going to start soon. They were supposed to be, but I don't know what happened to that. So they're like, well, why is there, like, apple cider, like, beer in this flyer when you don't sell it? I'm like, well, other Targets do sell it. And 9 times out of 10, everyone has the exact same flyer in every single state. So they got to keep the bases covered. They're not just going to make a Connecticut flyer or a New Hampshire flyer or a Texas one. Like, that's just, they're cheap. They're not going to do that. And they're like, well, that's false advertising. I thought you'd sell alcohol. If we haven't sold alcohol years and years and years, and then just suddenly you see it in an ad and there's no other thing, we probably don't. I'm just going to put that out there. And this is the last one. I encounter this a lot in the makeup aisle. Don't know why. So people will ask me about a product. They're like, I used to buy this concealer, and it's, like, in a squeeze tube. And it looks like, it's, like, this big. Like, you know, like, a vague description of a product. Like, I know every goddamn product on the market, you know, from 2008 to now. Like, you're going to have to be more specific than that. They're like, I'm like an ivory. And I'm like, that still doesn't answer my question. Like, that's like, we get a lot of foreigners where I live. Like, it's fine. And then we have people who speak Spanish who have lived here, like, a long time. But, you know, they don't speak a lot of English. You know, like, I get it. If you don't know what it's called, I will gladly do Google Translate and try to figure it out with you. That is fine. But when you're vaguely describing something, or like, and I have no idea what you mean, and then you're getting annoyed at me, I hate that. Like, just why? Figure out what it is, and like, oh, I have it at home, blah, blah, blah. Like, that doesn't help us now, Margaret. Whatever the person's name is. I would get these older ladies that want, like, a certain makeup product, and it's probably discontinued if the packaging is not out. Like, I tell them this all the time. I'm like, if it's not here, it's probably been discontinued. And then they tell me that makeup doesn't expire, and this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, well, what brand is it? I don't know. Well, what does the packaging look like? You know, like, it's like a sticker, and it has, like, silver on it. Like, nothing specific. Like, if it had stars or something kind of, like, unique on it, that could probably help me figure it out. Know what you're looking for, because a sales associate, especially at Target, they're not going to know what you want just by, like, a vague-ass description. Like, oh, you mean that discontinued Rimmel concealer from 2011? Like, no, like, freaking know what you're bringing. If you don't know what it is, take a picture of it or bring it with you, depending on how big it is. Like, if it's a concealer, you could put it in your purse and bring it with you, or, you know. I see men that come in and buy makeup for their women, and it's adorable, but they bring the bottle or they have a picture of it, and at least that way I can help you. And then it's like, because I have the tools to help you. I have the inventory, I have the backroom sales floor app, I have Walmart.com. Like, I could figure it out if you, like, you know, show me what product it is. Like, if you're being really vague, like, how the hell am I supposed to know? If you don't know, how am I supposed to know? So it's like, I hate that. Like, talk about making me feel stupid or flustered. It's not fair. Because then they expect you to be like a walking book of knowledge, like an encyclopedia. Like, dude, just because I work cosmetics, like over here, I do the HBA and cosmetics thing, I'm not going to know every damn product that exists, okay? Like, shampoo, everything. Like, I'm not going to know everything. Like, there was a guy asking me for this weird type of, like, mouthwash that we don't have. And I'm like, no, we don't have it. But, like, I Googled it, and I went on Target's app, and it said it was in the store. I'm like, well, you can go to Target. And the guy's like, you know, telling me about how it was sold here, blah, blah, blah. You don't know shit. I'm like, dude, look what's out. Do you see a sticker that says this brand? We're on the app, and it says not in the store, and then when you go to online, like, it says it's online from a distributor, and they're called DP Ship. Like, there's your answer. I think I have one that's, like, Walmart specific. I don't know if this applies to other stores. I gotta get going soon anyway. So say an item, you Google it, right? Like, say LOL doll's house. Like, you know that big house LOL doll has, or, like, you know, like a toy. You Google it, right? And it says Walmart has it, and you don't even click on it. You just show me the Google search. Because that could mean it's coming up in another state, or it's, like, out of stock. It might be discontinued, because at one point they did sell it at Walmart, so of course it's going to come up in the Google search if you search LOL dolls Walmart, right? And it's like, but did you click on it, or did you actually look it up in the app? Because we have a discrepancy with the mobile website versus the app. The app is updated like every 2 hours, whereas that's not updated as much anymore. Oh, but it says you have it according to Google. Like, they didn't even click on it. And then they click on it, or I have them click on it, and it says out of stock, like you could pick it up in New Jersey. I'm like, well, there's the answer. Does this happen to anyone else? Like, this happened with Target, too. If you use the Google search, for some reason it would come up weird or wrong, where it's more inventory specific and helpful if you use the app. So my advice to you is, if you shop anywhere regularly and they have an app, fucking download it. When people want to order something and they don't know how to order something, they want to use my phone, or like, do you have the Walmart app? They're like, no. I'm like, you could order it yourself. The app has a store map, and 9 times out of 10, the product is in the aisle, it says. So download your store's app if they have one. Now, like, most grocery stores don't, but, like, you know, Walmart, Target, like, a lot of them have apps. So just do yourself a favor, and do me a favor. Do me a favor and just download the damn app. Like, because if you say, oh, but online says you have it, and you're using, like, Google, and you're not even clicking on the link to verify if it's there, you're killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. Like, it's like, these are the customers I deal with the most. Like, I have more specific ones, but that would be way too long. I gotta edit this video after I see my friend after my job interview. But that's what I deal with every day in retail. Yeah, it's annoying. Like, people say, like, that we have the easiest job in the world and that we should smile and this, that, and the other thing. Where? How do we have the easiest job? We work with the general public. We're like, you know, people lose their children, or they don't know how to read the sign, or they don't understand basic things, and like it says self-checkout, you can't use any coupons, and then they want to use coupons at self-checkout, and I say no, and then they scan it anyway, and then it's asking for the attendant, and they're like, oh, I can't use this here, and the sign's right in front of them. Like, help! Like, I'd rather you ask me a question if it's gonna help the both of us, like, you know? Not an easy job. Like, retail and food, you will not understand the stupidity if you've never worked in either. My friend works at a burger place, and he said they wanted a cheeseburger with no cheese. That's a hamburger. No, I want a cheeseburger with no cheese. So you want me to charge you the extra 35 cents? No. Well, then it's a hamburger, dude. Like, oh my God. I'm gonna go, because I got an interview at a call center, and I'm trying to get out of retail. So wish me luck, guys. I will see you guys next upload on Thursday. Bye.